Hey guys, welcome back. Traveling Tavern Talks number 2. We are in Hanoi, Vietnam, and we are at the Rooftop Bar, and you have got
Cosmopolitan today.
and I have the Hanoi beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
Today's topic is SIM cards.
Dun, dun, dun. But they're not as scary as you might think.
SIM cards are something that we definitely had to look into prior to coming on our trip. We didn't really have much experience with them.
No, but we knew we needed it because we didn't want to use our phone plans while we were over here.
For those of you that don't know, a SIM card is the microchip that goes into your phone that connects you to the particular phone network. So I have my iPhone here. There's a little hole here, but you'll need something small and pointy in order to open it, and you just stick it in there and push, and it pops out. SIM card. So this just pops right into your phone, and it connects you to whatever network you're using.
It doesn't really necessarily have to do with your phone working. Your phone is yours, it will always work, but it's just connecting you to the place that you're in and giving you data. So calls, text messages, data, internet, that sort of a thing, that's what the SIM card does. So to not incur costs, you're able to take it off of airplane mode, use a local phone network to kind of base yourself off of.
The same as if you're on Wi-Fi without having Wi-Fi. The SIM itself doesn't have any data stored on it from your phone. That's actually on your phone's storage. So when you land in a new country, you will head out of customs, and there will be plenty of companies that you can purchase a SIM card through. Buying it through any place at the airport is going to be a little bit more expensive, but from what we found, it's not enough more expensive where it's going to deter us from getting it at the airport. It's literally like a couple dollars more.
Right, and it makes it that much more simple too. If you're having to take a grab or make sure you know where you're going on your maps, it just makes it that much more simple, that much easier to get it while you're there.
So when you buy a SIM card, there'll be different options for you to purchase. For example, you can buy one that's a 7-day plan, 30-day plan. Kind of what the company is offering you is your options. So we've seen a week, a month, and 15 days.
Yep. We've also seen different SIM cards that offer you just data or SIM cards that offer you text messages, calls, and data. We've just been buying SIM cards that give you a certain amount of data because one, we don't need to be calling anybody. Two, there are so many different social ways of communicating with people outside of text messages.
For example, WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook Messenger are ways that you can communicate with your friends and family via instant messaging rather than using a text message. So with that being said, you would only need data rather than a plan that gives you text messaging and calling.
Right.
The pricing we've seen for SIM cards is pretty low compared to phone plans that are in the US. For example, my phone plan was like $50 to $60 a month for 5 gigabytes of data plus calling and texting. So here we're currently in Hanoi, and we have our SIM card for 30 days and have 9 gigabytes of data for those 30 days. And our SIM card was roughly $11.
That's crazy. So it's not very expensive if you think that getting a SIM card is going to, it's not.
The most we've paid for a SIM card was $20 in Thailand. That was also for a month long, but I think it was 12 gigabytes of data, so definitely cost-effective way of being able to still communicate with people at all times. When you purchase one, what they'll do is they'll take out the SIM card that's in your phone, put in your new local SIM card, and you'll just have to keep track of your SIM card for when you go back to where you live so that you can put in your SIM card once you're home.
I am currently starting a collection, got about 5. But what's really nice is that when you go to an airport per se or somewhere else to get a SIM card, they do it all for you. They pop it out, they give you the correct size, and they make sure that it's all set up for you. So it's really nice, really simple.
For example, you can pop out your SIM card and still use your phone as if, like if you have an iPhone, as if it's an iPad, where it's not going to work as far as internet goes, but if you get Wi-Fi, you can just connect to Wi-Fi without even having a SIM card in it, and your phone's gonna work as normal.
What we basically use it is just to kind of get around.
Google Maps.
Google Maps is basically what we need it for. And then Grab too. Grab app, any sort of transportation service, that's what we use it for. I would definitely recommend getting a SIM if you're staying in a place for longer than maybe 2 weeks. Super easy and so much cheaper.
Not scary.
Not scary at all. Although it was a little scary the first time that we did it.
Alright guys, so real quick story time on our first SIM card experience. So we landed in Bali and we actually went all the way up to the north before we looked into purchasing one, which is less populated than the south.
Yes, so it's definitely less touristy. So we weren't even sure if we could find a SIM card up there, to be honest.
So we were scooting along on our little scooter.
Scoot, scoot.
And we passed this open market basically with this guy selling clothes, fruit, watches,
iPhone cases.
He had a cardboard little cutout where he wrote SIM cards. So, boom. We're like, let's stop. So we get off the scooter and we walk up to him. He doesn't speak the best English, but it is conversation.
It's portrayed that we came there to get a SIM card.
So he's asking us how much. We're asking him how much. Then we finally understand that he's asking us how much data. So we say we want 5 gigabytes. He says, okay, 90,000 for the data and 40,000 to activate the SIM card.
Yes.
We're like 130,000, let's do it.
Perfect.
He gets on his phone, does some things.
They have to register the SIM card.
So he's doing that. We pop it in. And I'm about to pay him, and I'm just like, all right, Alex, make sure it works, you know.
Check it.
Yeah.
Pull up YouTube.
By checking it, we just mean like pull up something to make sure you have internet. So Facebook, something, see if it refreshes.
Yes.
And it was. So I give him the money, we walk away. We end up standing there for like 10 minutes because we don't know how to figure out how much data is left.
So if you get onto settings under an iPhone, you go to settings, go to cellular. This is where you're going to see how much data you have used.
So you actually cannot see how much you have left unless you send a text message to the provider and they'll send one back to you with how much you have left. We've actually never done that.
It's some secret code.
Because we don't know the code.
Yeah,
so,
some secret code, pound signs, 7s, 9s, 2s, I don't really get it.
So what we did was we went to cellular and you, like she said, you can see how much you've used. We thought it was, that's how much you have. So it said 700 megabytes. We got gigabytes. Initially, Alex said 700 megabytes is all we have. We got
duped.
We got duped. We figured out later that that's not how it is.
It's a quick learning curve.
And we scooted away and everything worked out fine. But there was a moment of panic.
There was definitely a moment of panic because I was like, we went to some sketchy place right off the side of the street, literally just saw a sign that said SIM card and pulled off and said, hey, we need a SIM card. He could have done whatever he wanted and we would have been like, yeah, sure. It was the first time, we didn't know. But
she said 700 megabytes. Is that a lot? I said, no, that's nothing. That's nothing.
So yes, initially complete panic. I thought that, you know, he had just duped us. We were done. We just spent all that money for nothing.
She was about to go back to the guy, and I was like, no, wait. It's going up. I figured out that the number was going up the more we used the phone. So I was like, oh, this is how much we've used. That's story time with Corey and Alex.
Alright guys, so to finish up here, we just want to close with saying that SIM cards we absolutely recommend and just makes travel life so much simpler.
This has been Traveling Tavern Talks number 2, SIM cards. Stay tuned for the next Traveling Tavern Talk. We'll see you guys next episode.
See ya!